What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard trading coach. I will be doing a live trading session, live analysis, live discussion as well as live trades. This is the second day of trading week. As you have seen yesterday, there was a very good volatility in the market due to the news, and today also we see there is quite a few high impact news coming on dollar, CAD, GBP, and gold getting very volatile. So let's begin today's first session. So before I begin this session, make sure that you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So let's begin today's session. Let me know any question in the live chat that you have. I will be starting with gold. We see that gold so far is doing exactly according to the plan. We saw initially movement. You have seen yesterday's analysis. Gold has come back down and gone up again. Let's see where we can find trading opportunity on gold. Now you can see gold is just consolidating in that zone with a sideways movement with a bearish price action at this moment. This is the 4-hour chart. I will be looking at first of all daily on gold to see what it is doing. Now from the daily we can see that gold previous day, after this daily doji, which is expected, a bullish candle, a green candle has formed, which is created a lower high with the previous days, and then we saw that gold in fact creating a lower high along the zone. Gold has rejected towards the downside. Now with that rejection so far, I see that gold now slowly coming down for a deeper pullback. I think that slowly gold might come down a bit towards the downside. As you can see that the market is creating series of lower high. This is the daily time frame. Previous day's candle is a very important. This daily candle has a long wick at the top, okay, and we saw that lower high. So that's the sign that gold might come a little down because it failed to create a new higher high. This candle on the daily is a bit more weaker response from the buyer. What I think that gold today could try to come to the daily support level where there's a daily opening and closing along with the daily 20 EMA, which is very nearing, and I think that we might see initially bearish move on gold. If we look at the weekly, also we see the market is in a very narrow range on the weekly opening. After a little down, it has gone up again, coming down. I think that it will try to test the weekly support again, and then maybe later we will see that bullish move. So bigger picture from the monthly, it is a bullish market, but from the lower time frame we could see downside on gold. Now looking at the daily again, we see that the market now you can see it's coming down for a deeper pullback. As there is a 4-hour candle closing, we see that in that zone after this green candle, yesterday's session we saw this candle has formed, and every session the price is creating lower high. Now this current 4-hour candle, we saw that from this resistance the price now breaking towards the downside, and with that breakdown what I think that gold may come down in that level. Okay, so it might come back down to this support zone on gold. Okay, so with that said, I will be waiting for potential opportunity on the lower time frame. As you know that we trade gold mostly on the lower time frame. Now this is the 5-minute chart that we saw that after this long wick candle, gold so far in the last 10 minutes has a breakdown. Let's see how we can find an entry. If we find an entry, definitely we will be looking to trade. In the meantime, as you have seen, when we finished the yesterday's New York session live, I think we finished along the zone, and then immediately got another opportunity, back to back 2 trades that we have closed on gold. in the New York session as well. There is one, and I'll quickly explain before you go to the next step. What did I look at that trade? Because every time, I always try to explain why the trade was open, and so that you guys can learn and grow as a trader. So it's not all about that, copying a trade, but also understanding that what did I look at when I opened this trade. Now these are the two trades that we have opened so far on gold. Both of them are profitable. This one we discussed earlier. This one we opened before the London session, this one during the New York session. Now what did I look at that trade? Let me quickly explain, and then we'll look for another opportunity. Now you can see that this is the candle that has been traded. If you look at, this is the 5-minute chart, and we saw that with this impulse to the upside, gold has broken, and then it has come to a level where we saw that gold freshly opened with a gap in this 5 minutes, has come back down, again has gone up, and then gold has consolidated in that zone, broken again with a gap opening. Now why you see that the price has in fact tested the 20 EMA. I could think of selling gold, right? Because it's in fact crossover of 10 and 20 EMA. And why did I bought gold is because if you look at this pattern here, okay, this is a reversal pattern. The most important part here is to look at which way gold has grabbed liquidity and which way the big boys bought or sell in this market. Now if you look at this candle here, it's a strong rejection followed by a couple of sessions doji and lower time frame, and we saw that gold in fact has formed this big rejection again from the bottom, open with a gap, and this is where this trade was called, and immediately has gone up. As you can see, afterwards gold has moved to the profit target. Now to pick this kind of trade, these are the factors that I look at, especially the pattern, in what kind of reversal pattern, and price action, which way the market grab the liquidity. This is the key points. As you can see, afterwards in fact gold has moved well above in the direction that we have traded. Now this is the entry at 2015.44, and this is the stop loss 2013.71, and just less than 5 minutes we gained the trade with 1.43%. and this is how trading is, that wait for the, you saw that I almost waited a couple of hours to find this trade, and then it gave me that. What also this trade also sent to the VIP students, and I explain again so that everyone understand, everyone grow, learn as a trader. So this is the trade, this is the second trade of the day, that so far we open and closed with gold, 2 trades, both of them profitable, and I want to find another one that give us another profit opportunity in the market. Now as you can see, gold is in the sideways. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that gold is in a sideways movement, and in this time frame in fact you might not even find any trade because it's not trending on the a bit higher time frame, but in the lower time frame it in fact trends. You can see this is a trend, and this is also a trend. So this is why it is important to look at when the market is trending and finding the right trade as soon as the market trends. Thanks for that, guys. Give a big thumbs up. I'm sure that you enjoyed those trade, and if you really want to be part of this community as well, as I mentioned earlier as well, we do very good at gold as well as any other instrument. So far we close to, this is the second day. I want to close more trade, and if you also can join us, also you can receive all the trade alerts that I'm sending to the students, and also learn our strategies, be part of the trading community. You are invited. There's a link in the description area. You can visit the website. Also there is a link at the top of the chat. Click the website link and then go to the website, click join now button, and then you will be here forever learning the strategies, grow as a trader. One of the best trading education alert you will ever find. So I will invite you to take the advantage, and also let me know in the chat, guys, how you are doing in your trading, and then we can discuss more. There's a news coming up later today. We will be looking at that. Good morning. Thank you very much, Savio. Good morning, coach. Savio, how are you doing? I'm good, Savio. Thank you very much. Favor. Hi, coach. Cat JPY. I'm a big bear. Thank you very much. We'll be looking at that. Good morning, coach. Happy trading, everyone. Thank you very much, Shaver. CHFJPY. We'll be looking at that. Iado. Good morning, coach. Thank you very much, Iado. So we'll be looking at some of the pairs. So we'll keep gold. As you can see, gold 4-hour closing in 15 minutes. Okay, so it is forming kind of invert, a head and shoulder, not invert, head and shoulder, not fully developed yet, and there is the long wick candle here to the downside. So from the daily, I see that gold is still, there is a probability for further drop. Now for me, I will be seller on gold, when the price will be here. Okay, there is a resistance on daily, and there is a probability for gold to test. Normally I wait for the price to go to a very important area. Okay, now let's say if we see that gold in that resistance level, then only I will be selling gold in the right moment. Now I will tell you something, guys. This is where becoming a trader and non-trader, it's the difference between a trader and a non-trader is, you see, a non-trader who probably trading but not having the right trading psychology, try to guess the market. Let's say you might say, okay, where gold will go, where gold will fall from, where gold will do. But as a trader, how do we do? For me as a trader, I actually don't know where gold will go, but I trade in the right time. How does it work? Let me give you an example. For example, you are for those who visited the airport or any kind of some zone, that let's say you are on a airport, okay, belt, waiting for your bag. Okay, so how does it work? The bag move like that. Okay, so the belt is rotating and there are hundreds of bags on the belt, right? And you are waiting, right? Now if someone asks you a question, when is your bag will arrive, how do you say? Can you tell when is your bag arrive? You'll say, I don't know, I just wait for my bag and I know that it will arrive, but I don't know when it will arrive. Exactly trading like that. This is the right trading psychology, that you see hundreds of bags rolling by you, passing you. You just patiently wait for your bag to arrive, and when it will arrive, let's say there is a belt here, you have maybe 1 minute to make a decision that it's your bag, recognize it and catch it and take it out. So this is the right trading psychology. That's why any analysis, any explanation given, just take it for your own learning. Don't take it literally, because when my bag arrive, I just take it. Similarly, these two trades that taken less than 5 minutes time decision, that okay, the bag arrived, I'm gonna jump on the trade. Trading is like that. When the trade arrives, you know that it arrives. But for example, if I tell you that this is the daily chart on gold, now what situation I will be trading? Let's say if I say that okay, I will be waiting for gold to reach that resistance, and then I'll be selling. What if gold not going there to test that? Will I not be trading? Definitely I'll be trading. Let's say gold didn't go there, but in case the gold has come down to that level, then I'll be trading again. I'll be buying from here. This is what I wait for, the gold to go to my zone where I'm expecting to give me a best entry, and based on that level that I trade when it satisfies the rules of my strategy. This is why it is important that you know when you gonna trigger the trade based on the strategy. So I hope that you guys enjoying. Let me know in the chat. This kind of things is very important, that you know how trading works, instead of guessing that gold will go there or gold will, no one knows gold will, where it will go, but when it goes to the right zone, then we trade. This is how trading works. So let's see what other instruments are doing. I'm sure that you guys enjoying. Let me know in the chat. Danes, thank you, Danes, good morning. Watching you from Philippines, thank you very much for being here. CAD JP, will be looking at that. Those hi sir, GBP JPY. Xavier, could you look at Euro USD? Coach, absolutely look at it. Sir GM, good morning. Around GBP USD 10. Hi coach, can you highlight on EM Euro AUD? Yeah, absolutely, we'll be looking at that. So we'll be looking at CAD JPY, Euro AUD, and then yeah, thank you very much. So let's look at now CAD JPY. So JPY pair almost behaving almost in the similar way. Okay, so looking at the CAD JPY. Okay, so we'll be looking at all the JPY pairs now. Looking at dollar yen, GBP JPY, and CAD JPY. Okay, looking at the CAD JPY, this is the daily candle that has gone up and closed with this long bullish candle. Looking at the intraday, now we see the JPY pair. This is where also analyzed exactly in the same way. CAD JPY, you can see that this is the resistance level on CAD JPY, and we saw that the market has broken to the upside. If we look at the weekly, CAD JPY reached a very important weekly resistance level, as well as you can see the price was creating series of lower high along the zone on CAD JPY. And if I look at the monthly, what we see that this is from the bigger picture, it's a bullish market. Now when I look at multi-time frame, monthly, weekly, and daily, the first thing I decide that which way I'll take the trade. Will I be bullish or bearish? So you see that from the monthly, CAD JPY is a bullish market. If I look at the weekly, what I see that also it's a bullish market. Now looking at the daily, it's coming down for a deeper pullback from the daily. Now from the daily, I think that it might come down a little down. The reason is, if you closely look at this daily chart, you can see that if I draw this, one thing I really want you guys to understand is that most of the time we see that, let's say we draw a trend line like that, actually in reality the trend line never works like that. The best way that I consider trend line is the EMA. 20 EMA is a very good trend line, or I try to draw trend line in that way. Okay, because market will never give you a perfect trend line. Okay, market will never give you a straight trend line, so that's why more often I draw like that. So we see that CAD JPY is respecting this level, so we might see that CAD JPY now coming down to the support level. The reason is, you see this is also a resistance zone, and the market is marging in this one point. For me, CAD JPY, I think it will come down a little further. Even it could come to test this neckline of this resistance, which is turning support, and then we might see that bullish move on CAD JPY. So for the short term perspective, we can look for that Gbpusd to come down for a pullback. Now from the lower time frame, from intraday, we see that Gbpusd reach that resistance coming down. I think it may come down to break this low, the dodgy's low, or even lower than this, and then we could see that again moving to the upside. So Gbpusd for me, short term drop, okay, and then looking for buying opportunity. Now as I mentioned, this market is a long-term bullish market. I will be always on the buy side. So as soon as Gbpusd will be able to come down to this important level, then we can look for potential bullish trading opportunity on Gbpusd. So Gbpusd is a bullish market, but about Usdjpy pairs are going up. Usdjpy, we see that we see some pullback is coming. Gibson, good morning, thank you very much. So if we look at Gbpusd also doing in the same way. Now we see that Gbpusd, we see from the this is the intraday time frame, and if I look at the daily, we see the same way, back to back 2 days of long bullish candle. The price coming down. Once today market open, we see the weekless candle and then immediate drop. For me, I think that Gbpusd now may come down well below for a liquidity grab. This one also, like the Gbpusd, might come down to the support level. This is the neckline of this resistance turn support, and maybe from here we could see that Gbpusd is going to the upside. So there is a you can see it normally has formed 1, 2, 3, okay, 3 waves. So 1, 2, 3. Normally after the 3 waves, normally it come back down to break the this one's low, which is sometimes people call an elevate wave theory, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. But normally, as a rule of thumb, that I saw that in majority of the time, if you see the 3 wave on the and then the market tries to come down to break the swing low to grab liquidity, not always, but when it started that move, normally it does that. Let's say for example, you see that in a wave, okay, and then a correction, all right, and I don't know how many of you have started the Elliott wave, but something like that. So the first Elliott wave says that the second wave will be the biggest, so like that, which in fact it's down here, and then the pullback, okay, this one will be a bit deeper or lighter, and the third wave, okay, and he says that on the fourth, then the price will come down to break this swing low, and then we'll move to the upside. So normally when I make my trading decision, I mostly trade after the breaking of swing low. This is where a very high probability trades comes in place, because when the price break the swing low, this is where the highest amount of liquidity in the market, okay, so this is the liquidity zone. Now you could see that way in one time frame, the other time frame you might see a long wick candle, and that's why sometimes it feels a little bit of confusing, but it is a very important area because this is where the highest amount of liquidity, okay. Now why it is important to have the liquidity, if you consider trading as a transaction between buyers and seller, it's all about where is buyer, where is seller. Constantly on the other side, institutional traders who are real mover in the market, they normally look at the chart to see where is the buyer so that they can sell, where is the seller so that they can buy. This is the liquidity. Now if you look at this pattern here, let's say this below the swing low, there is a lot of seller in that zone. You know why there is a lot of seller? Let's say, let me ask you a question to really help you, because when I ask question it will help you to understand. Let me see, this is the one wave, 2, 3, and then let's say come down here, and there will be another move, very high probability. It's a very good move happen normally. Now there is a lot of seller in that area, this zone, lot of seller. Now when you know that there is a lot of seller, okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna sell or you're gonna buy here? You're gonna buy. Why? Because when there is a more seller, chances that the big boys will buy from that zone, and you're gonna buy it. Now the question is, why there is a lot of seller in that zone? This is the question. So this is the level, and below this level there is a lot of seller. Why there is a lot of seller? This is the question. Let me see how many of you are answering this question. Good morning, coach. Thanks for giving us a proper founder to build on your trading journey. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Appreciate it, and thanks for your comment, and I'm sure that you are enjoying. CHFJPY, so analysis, thank you very much. Yeah, very good. Hannah, how are you, coach? I'm good, thank you very much. Ibrahim, GBP news soon. Yep, there is a news coming up. Let's see what about with the GBP. Do you use FIB, coach, in your decision making process? Save you. Yeah, we'll discuss that news in 2 minutes. GBP, so GBP news, if I look at the Forex factory calendar, so this is the calendar on. So if we look at this market today, so you saw that GBP been released just 1 minute earlier. The forecast was 31.2k, okay, claimant count change, which is came out of 46.7k, which is a bit less than more than X, which is in fact bigger is negative. So that means we might see some short-term weakness on GBP, and we see that's what's happening. There's some short-term weakness on GBP. So let me see the GBP USD in the same way. Okay, so you see the GBP and GBP-JPY, and with that news we see some short-term downside coming on GBP-JPY as well. So I think that, as I mentioned, it might break this low, which even may come to this support level, breaking this dodgy low along with this 20 EMA. Okay, so I think that because of that we see that gold also has been downside. Okay, from 1 hour, this is the 1 hour candle on gold. There is a bearish candle that has a liquidity. Let me see, from 15 minutes we saw that, yeah, this from the 5 minutes as well, there is a bearish price action on gold. So there is a long consolidation. Gold has broken towards the downside. If we look at the daily, so it's coming to the daily support where there is a 20 EMA from this zone. You see that gold, when it has broken down, gold left a support level. So if this is the 1 hour chart, if we see gold has gone up, tested this level, we can look for selling opportunity on gold. So it's currently bearish on the lower time frame on gold. Okay, so that we see that GBP also has a significant drop because of the GBP news, which is we see that GBP, you see this one is a negative result on GBP that led GBP and I think GBP USD also had a rejection from the top. Okay, so we see all of them including euro dollar. DXY started its up move here, and I see that. Okay, so dollar Swiss franc as well, we see there is a possible upside. Price has just touched the daily 20 EMA, and yeah, from this level we could see a bounce, or even we could see further drop. Based on the current time price action, we will know exactly what will be doing. For me, to sell gold, we need to see this is a very long-term support level from 5 minutes perspective, and we saw that break of the support. If gold managed to give us a very impressive price action along this zone, we'll look for potential opportunity. Let's see how it does. Looks to me that we might see some downside on gold, and from the daily, normally when the price breaks from this kind of structure, okay, not like that, instead a bit more vertical, we could see again a bit more upside. So still it is not fully developed for further drop. If we see that it has gone up again, given us an opportunity, we can look for selling opportunity on gold. Let's see how it does. GBP also should, which is possible movement. Let's see how it evolve, and we'll be looking for opportunity along the way. So we see that for the time being, DXY getting upside again after the pullback, which is expected. That means that we see all the USD pairs currently coming towards the downside with the GBP news, and later today dollar CAD news is coming. We'll be looking at the dollar CAD as well. Gilberto profit taking, thank you Savio, because it's uptrend to I think the price will go up. Very good Gilberto. So let me see profit taking. Okay, one quick answer, because it's an uptrend, so retailers think that the price will go up and place their buy. There is a stop. So okay, very good. Area of interest. No one will give the things that you are teaching for free. Thank you, Ahad Khan. Yeah, then no problem. Thank you very much for your appreciation. You know, this is the worth of giving. You know, this is where I find that the best way to give, to gain anything. Morning everyone. Thank you very much. So you, apart from that coach is very good person, more human than all commercial traders. Thank you very much, Savio, for your appreciation. I really appreciate your comment. So a short 2014 in gold. Should I put the TP? Okay, we'll look at that. Thank you very much. If price goes straight down to 2002 or the area consolidates, then it might reverse later. Yeah, that could be Martin. Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for that. So looking at that one on that we're discussing, let's see, we see that little bit of downside on GBP pair. So here, this is where I was talking about the sellers. So I see that most of you answered exactly right. Okay, very good understanding. This is what I need. You see that basically if we look at that, you know, when an uptrend pullback, so the buyers will buy. Very good, Gilberto, thanks for that. Good job, good job. So we saw that there is an impulse and then correction, and with that correction, when the price come for a pullback, what the as a rule of thumb that everyone will buying from here. Okay, so when there is a buyer, there is a stop loss here, which is a sell order. Okay, now when the price has gone up again, there is a pullback, and again there was another buying happen here. Okay, which is the stop loss is a sell order here. Now once the price break this swing low, this is where high liquidity is on, because when there is a seller, there will be more buyer will be interested on that zone. This is how, you know, to see where the liquidity in the market, and by understanding this, it becomes much easier for you to make your trading decision. Most of my trading decision comes when I see the market has broken this kind of structure, come to an important zone, and then I look for potential trading opportunity. And most of the trade that you see, that this is what, you know, I do. If you look at the gold trade that we took yesterday, explained, also done exactly in the same way. So thanks for that. Let's look at now on GBP JPY. With that respect, we see that there are three wave here, and the price has broken now at this point. Let's see on the daily. Now today is still early. I think that later we might see GBP JPY is moving to the upside after doing enough pullback. So from the lower time frame, so far this is the 4-hour candle. We saw that drop, let it come down further, and then we might see that GBP JPY may give us potential opportunity because it's still a bullish market. So at this point, I will not be interested on selling. I think for those who already sold, probably has come to a very good zone. That's a good job, because it already dropped after this movement. Let's see how it does. we might see again after coming to that zone, we might see another buying opportunity. If we find, then we look for potential bullish opportunity. Going back to gold, we see that gold after the candle close, the price again has rejected. Now this is the 1 hour candle. You see in the first 15 minutes there is a drop due to the news. Now for me, gold, if gold managed to go up again, which is very likely to happen, this is the 1 hour chart, then we'll look for selling opportunity. Why? Because this level you can see is a very important area of value. This is the resistance here, support here, support here, support here, support here, which is turning resistance, and then we look for selling, but it may not go that way. If it doesn't go, then let's see along the way where we can find trading opportunity. This is the 15-minute chart. It's a strongly falling market at this point. We could see we'll be needing, okay, so there is a liquidity candle on the 55-minute chart. It's already dropped. This is a selling candle, means that this was a selling candle, couldn't get it. So okay, this one if managed to go up, then we'll be selling immediately. If we want to sell gold on 5 minutes, we need to look at the chart all the time. That's dropped. Now it might come to 2002 level. That was a good price action. For normal, I look for this kind of price action in a strongly falling market. A doji has gone up, crossed that high, and then closed as a bearish candle, and you can see afterwards drop. Now this is a very good for learning. See, this is a very good price action, okay, for potential selling. Might see pull back to the upside. Let's see. Okay, so You can see there's an impulse correction, very strongly bearish at the moment for the short term. So we might see that okay. What about the euro dollar? So we see that most of them coming down after testing this resistance level. Okay, looks like that USD pairs, that's a Gbpusd. It's trending down. You can see after breaking this almost nearing to this resistance zone, again we see there is a drop coming on Gbpusd, euro dollar. So there is still, so euro dollar, you can see from this doji, we see the market is coming down. And looks like that euro dollar, you see multiple times it grabbed liquidity from the bottom, but it couldn't break the high. This is what I was discussing yesterday, that if euro dollar cannot break, after grabbing liquidity, it couldn't move to the upside, and instead we see the market again coming down, means that we could see that the price, if we look at the weekly now again, we might see now on euro dollar and on Gbpusd for the price to come down a bit more to the downside. Probably it might come to this 20 EMA or even further down. So from the daily, this is the daily candle on euro dollar. Today so far the price has gone up, okay, tested the high of the daily candle and now rejecting. So we might see now the price will come to test the low of the daily. Okay, so there is still a probability. You can see there is weeklies candle, is still a probability for price to test the 20 EMA in that zone, okay, which is a probability, and it might at any point go up and test the 20 EMA and then continue to drop. So it is important that we enter a trade which has a very high probability setup. Okay, I think that it will see that euro dollar and Gbpusd is remaining bearish, and you see after there was a long consolidation along the zone on euro dollar and then has broken down, again drop, consolidated, again we can expect. So very typical downtrending market structure, series of lower high and lower low. So we could see that in that case on gold as well. We see after this drop, gold now forming a series of lower highs. So this candle, we are in another instrument. This is this kind of price action that I normally trade, and that's fine. Missing is a part of game. Let's see how we can find another one. I think it will come to 2002 level at least, or even lower than this. So if you look at the daily, you can see it has crossed the daily 20 EMA, and in that move we might see that gold might break the daily low here. It might break the daily low, and then we could see again reversal coming. Okay guys, so in the chat. All right, so Gbpusd 18%, thank you very much. Gold is also dropping. Yeah, I see that gold. Yeah, that's a view. Do you think that once it takes the level 2000 we can consider buy Seview? It's still not sure, because once it dropped to 2000 level, the next thing that we need to do is to wait for a bounce. Okay, because the way it is dropping, okay, it may not be easily bouncing off, because you see there was a huge consolidation along the zone and then has breakout. I would say that if it drops to the support level on 2000 level, if we see gold again creating a reversal pattern, then we can look for buying. But normally, as a rule of thumb, that price normally doesn't straight revert. It normally will give you some kind of reversal pattern. So this is what I was discussing earlier today, that when you are in an airport lounge waiting for your bag, you don't know when your bag will come, but when you see your bag, then you know that it's your bag, pick it up, like that. So similarly, gold, when it will drop to 2000 level, we don't know that either it will bounce or it will continue to drop. The only way we know that if it shows a pattern that is tradable, then only we'll be looking at. But I think that once it will drop to this level, if it form any kind of reverse, especially inverted head and shoulder, let me give you an example what exactly I'm saying. See, every detail I remember on the chart because I was looking at all the time. Look at this one here. This is a circle, right? This is the daily low. When the prices come to this level, what did it do? Go to the 15 minutes. Look at that circle. You see, it has given you a strong rejection from the bottom, and the same thing here. When next time it has come to the same level, it will give you a pattern that you understand that when it is trying to go, you see, this is the trading candle here. Until here, you don't know that it is going to continue or it is going to rise. But when you see this, you know that okay, the price in an important area of value, now it's grabbing liquidity from the bottom. So there are a couple of things that you need to ask yourself question in relation to the higher time frame where the price is. Once you know that in relation to higher time frame in an important zone, next question is how the price action is telling you, because it's all about the buyers and sellers in the market. Let's say you went to the exchange doing the physical trading instead of virtual market. What do? You look at the people who came, everyone. Now they're putting a lot of sell order, and you know that there's a lot of sellers, so I'm gonna buy exactly in the similar way. Okay, so we see that if we see gold has come to 2000 level and then giving us pattern like that, then we'll look for buying opportunity. Otherwise, if it continuation pattern, then we'll look for selling. So this is how normally the high probability trade comes in place. But the most important thing here, when the price is dropping aggressively, wait patiently. When there is a saying that you can catch the biggest fish when the water is settled, you can see everything clearly. When there is a volatile, you can't see the things because you will not have enough time to think. Best way is to wait for the right moment to come and then look for the trade. And we are always here. Thank you very much. Krish, AUD USD, thank you very much. Kevin, thank you very much. Okay, so Krish, we'll be looking at that. I don't think that you don't need to write that many times. So let's look at AUD USD. AUD USD, we see that we can see that looking at the monthly. Now from the monthly, as you see that all the USD pairs now slowly started to drop. I think that AUD USD also will continue to drop. Now if we look at the weekly, you can see after going to the resistance zone, now the price is rejecting. Now with that rejection, I think that AUD USD may come down to the support level again. After the previous weekly strong rejection, we see that AUD USD now, after pullback, now coming down, which is very highly likely that it might try to break this low, at least weekly low. Now looking at the daily, after going up, now we see the price is coming down. I think that with that move, AUD USD may continue to drop. So from the lower time frame, we can see that AUD USD after this bearish candle with this from this resistance zone, you see that the price in fact has broken the swing high Okay, after breaking this swing high, the price has formed this long bearish, which is a selling candle on AUD USD. Now you see as a result the price coming down, and I think that we could see further drop. Now along the way, if we find an entry, definitely will consider selling AUD USD. Looks to me that we might see that AUD USD may continue to drop. We saw there is a head and shoulder here breakdown. You know, we saw back to back 3 waves, and the price has gone up to grab liquidity. This is what I was discussing. Normally 1, 2, 3, third one goes up to break the high and then continues. So we saw that pattern also is here, 1, 2, 3, and then grab liquidity. Now we can expect for the price to come down to test, to break the low and to create a new lower low. Okay, so this one is with AUD USD. As soon as I will find an opportunity, I'll be trading, and I do look for a lot of trading opportunity. Whenever it comes, I do send it to the VIP students as well along with me. So if you want to also trade with us, learn our strategies, and also be part of our trading community where you will be receiving all the trades that I receive, and also you will be learning our strategies, trading with us. Also you can find a link in the description. There's a link in the top of the chat, and this is where you can see we had so far 2 trades on gold. Both of them are winner. I'll look for, this is just the starting of the day. Later today definitely will have some more trade. So if you want to enjoy all of them with us, also you can join us. Link in the description, also link at the top of the chat. I'll invite you to join us to be part of the trading community. Once you go to the website, any question, don't hesitate to ask the live agent. She will be able to answer any question that you have. So let's look at the chat. Let's see. Thank you very much. So what about Euro USD? Absolutely, we'll talk about it. Thank you very much. Also guys, join the free Telegram channel, link given on the live chat. Once you are on the free Telegram channel, you always stay connected and you will have most of the information that we have, all the free content, education, everything you will find. So looking at some of the pairs, let's look at NASDAQ and CHFJPY as well. So AUD USD, most in nutshell, we see DXY now going upside after a pullback. So we might see gold, euro dollar GBP USD downside. Let's see, we might find a good trading opportunity in the upcoming session or very soon, as they are trending now. So once they will be trending, there is always better trading approach. So looking at NASDAQ, I'll be looking at that now on NASDAQ. Okay, so NASDAQ, looking at this one here on the daily on NASDAQ. Now from the daily, we saw that after this long weekend, there is a bullish candle. It's a very narrow ranging price. NASDAQ, I think that today we might see again a little bit of downside because the price, you can see, is at the top. If we look at the weekly, the price has reached the weekly resistance. Now from the weekly, looks to me is still bullish. The previous weekly candle on NASDAQ, this one is a bullish candle. You can see there was a doji from the weekly, and previous week also there was a bullish candle. That was a huge liquidity as it has crossed all this low, which is a typical bullish candle, followed by a doji. It's a continuation pattern, and I saw another bullish candle that has a long wick at the top. What I think that NASDAQ might continue to rise. From the weekly, we see potential a bullish price action on NASDAQ, and the way I see this candle, half body, it's a middleman, you know, broken out of this structure. I think that NASDAQ might go to the resistance level. If you look at the daily, we can see that from the daily, it's also forming a bullish price action. Now if you look at that, the third wave theory, that 1 2 3, we could see deeper pullback, but at the same time from the higher time frame we see that it's bullish. Now from the lower time frame we can see that it's still maintaining bullish market structure. So for me, from the intraday on Nasdaq, if it grab liquidity like that, a long wick candle will give us a potential buying opportunity. I think that Nasdaq may not go up like that because it's facing this resistance level. Instead we could see initial drop, and then once you see the market has given that price action, that bullish, then we could look for potential bullish opportunity. For me, Nasdaq, I think initially will come down for a deeper pullback, and then we could see the market again going to the upside. Okay, so looking at Gbpusd and so Gbpusd is continuing to drop. And if we look at Gbpusd, what I see that it's almost the similar way as the CHFJPY. Let me look at that one first. So CHFJPY a bit stronger than Gbpusd. I think that it might even range in that zone, because if you look at this move on CHFJPY is from the daily a bullish move, but at the same time it's approaching that resistance level. So from the lower time frame CHFJPY, you can see there is a rejection here, doji, again bearish candle. We could see short term down, and then once the price will come to an important area, look for bullish opportunity. For me, I don't see a very clear direction in the market on CHFJPY. The direction that I see on dollar pair, euro dollar, looks bearish. CHFJPY is in a sideway on the lower time frame. You can see with this resistance zone, now the price is coming down, and I think that this market might come down to this support zone again, so it might range in that area. So for me at this point, CHFJPY, we could see slowly dropping down for a pullback, but if we see the market has started to create bullish price action, then we can look for trading opportunity. But at the moment there isn't much impressive price action in that area. Euro start morning, right? Okay, so zone 2. Yes, absolutely, Travis, we do. You can, if you want Zoom, then there's a link in the description area. You can join one-to-one mentorship. Definitely there's an option available. Gilberto, very good job. Favor, yep, that's good. This is what it is, guys, being profitable and then staying on the profit zone, because trading is like that. You have to also have a big mindset to take bigger profit from the market. Okay, this is what a very important. You see this market trending. Sometime I saw that even some trader afraid to make profit from the market, which is very normal. This is why. And also when you make profit, also you need to make a plan to keep that profit in your account, because it is also might happen that in the beginning, especially when we make a good profit and then give it away, which is a very normal cycle as a trader. That happens with many traders. So how do you not give it away is when you, let's say you make a good trade, try not to over trade, which is a very common tendency happens to everyone. Because let's say when we make a good trade, that happened to me also many times. I'm sure that many of you have experienced the same. Let's say I had one trade, very good trade, next one good trade, and the brain try to we try to take more of the same trade, and then in a loop we give away what we have gained. Why this happen is because of our feedback from our brain. So you need to create a very good self-awareness so that you don't give away. We see that exactly came to 2002 level gold, which is a very, very common tendency in trading, is because how our brain operates is the way feedback. Okay, so let's say you did something and brain think it as a reward or as something good experience or a bad experience. So if you do something that is a good experience, that normally brain release a chemical called dopamine, which is very, in any activities the brain will release that dopamine. So the brain register it as something very pleasant, and then it will try to do the same kind of activities more and more, so that it can gain more and more on the same thing. Okay, this is how so it's the way when we do something that is not pleasant, the brain register it as a, let's say, as a something experience not pleasant, and the brain will try to avoid that experience. At the same time, when it comes to the pleasurable, it will try to repeat. So when we, let's say, we in one trade, two trades, then suddenly there is a tendency to take more trades, because that's how the brain normally works. Feedback and then activities, and then feedback and then activities. So what will happen is that then suddenly, all of a sudden, it happens that give away all the gain that we have and give it to the market again. So to avoid that, the best way, what I think, that is to create a self-awareness. So when you have a winning trade or two winning trades, take a break and then start freshly, and before opening a trade, asking very relevant questions, that, for example, why am I opening this trade? What could be the reason? Is it really the strategy, or I'm thinking that it is satisfying? Because mind is very clumsy. You might get sometime very easily what I can say, that eluded by mind. So it is important that when you gain, keep it with you, so that next time you can scale it up. So very good job, and I'm sure that everyone is doing very well. What's your analysis on? Yeah, absolutely, morning coach. What about dollar CAD? Yeah, absolutely, look at that dollar CAD. So looking at, yeah, dollar CAD is very important pair, so we'll be looking at that. If we look at the dollar CAD, okay, so dollar CAD has come to an important level of support, and then today there is a news coming up on dollar CAD. So let's see how we can find an opportunity. I think the dollar CAD might remain upside. It has come to a very important level. Dollar CAD is my first priority today, because there is a news coming up today. Gold and dollar CAD, these two gonna be very, very important pair. So if we see this one here, there is a doji, a bullish doji. The price has gone to the upside. Now this candle still have 2 hours 16 minutes to close on dollar CAD. I will be waiting for dollar CAD to give me any kind of pullback on the lower time frame, then we'll look for bullish. I think dollar CAD, with this move, we could see that it will try to go to this resistance or even break this high. Okay, so there is a high probability for dollar CAD to move to the upside. Okay, so from the lower time frame, if we look at USD CAD, we could see that there is this is the 1 hour chart, and slowly the market is breaking to the upside. So there is a neckline here if we look at the lower time frame, and from the 15 minutes we see the market. Yeah, so there is an impulse even on the 15 minutes time frame. USDPRs we can trade on the lower time frame as a very low spread. So any drop, I'll look for buying opportunity. I think the dollar CAD, will rise to the resistance level again, okay, to this level. So there is a possible 50, 60, even 80 pip move is possible later today. I'll look for potential opportunity along this zone. So thanks for that. I see that Gilberto did a good favor. Very good. So let me know in the guys which one you are at. In the meantime, guys, anyone looking for a regulated broker, also you can join our recommended broker Trade. They are regulated, so your capital will be in the safe hand. I put a link in the live chat, guys. You can use that link, click that link, and then register for free. Start trading with Trade. They are regulated, so your capital will be in the safe hand. And also make sure that everyone subscribe to the channel. This weekend also I'll be releasing some of the important price action technique that I look at, especially about the liquidity. What do I look at? And if you're subscribed, press that bell button, will be notified to you once I release that. So make sure that, guys, you stay tuned on this one. This weekend also I'll be releasing some important pairs. So let's see again dollar CAD. If I look at according to our TF strategy, I see that there is still the candle is not close. The price crossed the 20 EMA and going up. I think with this move, dollar CAD might even possibility to break the resistance level. If I do look at the multi-time frame approach on dollar CAD, we see that weekly USD CAD, let me delete all of them. USD CAD from the weekly previous week, there is a long bullish engulfer. Now this bullish engulfer is this bullish engulfer on dollar CAD, okay, is quite significant. There is a huge liquidity grab. Yeah, now with that liquidity grab, it's formed a strong bullish engulfer. Now with that bullish engulfer, this week so far, after breaking the high, has come back down to this level. Now what I think that slowly we could see potential movement to the upside. Monthly also we saw there was a doji on the monthly. This month so far the price has created a higher low, and then we saw that USD CAD again trying to go to the upside. Still it's created a lower high, higher low. I think that it will try to, because overall the trend, bigger picture trend is bullish on dollar CAD. Looking at the weekly, we see the same thing. Now going back to the lower time frame, you see it's coming down for a pullback. Now USD CAD, I want to see a bit more stronger liquidity grab, especially if we see that dollar CAD has managed to break this low and then going up will take the full advantage, because I want to take a big risk to reward ratio in that move. Even I don't want to think that dollar CAD will break this resistance and will give me big risk to reward. This is what I do normally. I keep my trading in the range. That means that even without breaking the sub resistance, if we can enter in the right time with a tight stop loss, we can gain a big risk to reward with smaller pip gain. This is the key points here. Okay, so let me see what else do you look before trading a pair. Yeah, very good question, Favor. When I look when I look at a pair for there is a lot of things. So firstly, so let me tell you a typical scenario that when I sit down on my trading desk and then I trade. So if I look at let's say I sit on my trading desk today in this situation, right? I'm not doing the live session, but I sit on my trading desk. I want to trade. So what do I do? The first thing that I look at is the news calendar. Okay. Is this the news calendar? Yeah. Why is news calendar? Because news calendar will tell me what is the relationship between the price action and fundamental coming up. So I see the dollar CAD GBP news being released, because it's very important to look at the news calendar. If you are not trading based on the news calendar, let me know in the chat. It's important that you keep track of that news calendar, which is a very essential part of trading. Now I see the dollar CAD news coming in my zone 10:30 p.m. GBP. Okay, these are pairs very important. And the next thing that I look at is what day is today. See, this before I look at the chart even. What day is today and what time is this? Okay. And why the price is behaving in relation to the time is very important. Let's say it's a London session or New York session or both together. These are very important. And then I look at that timing with the price action. Once I know the timing, I know the news calendar, everything, the next thing that I look at is the price action. Now firstly, looking at the daily on, this is the first time frame that I look at when I trade, is the daily time frame. Now from that daily perspective, what do I see on dollar CAD? Which way the market is heading is the most important question. Now you see the dollar CAD has this impulse on the monthly, on the daily, and then has come down for a pullback. So always, instead of looking all of this daily candle, when I open the chart, the first thing that I look at is US30's candle. The last daily candle is very important. Okay, so the last daily candle is a rejection from the top, right? Now what is the trend in relation, which way the impulse? From the daily, the trend is always very clear. The trend is here is up. Okay, and then we saw that there is a rejection from the top on the daily. The previous day the price has come down for a pullback. Now where is the important area of value to look at? Now for dollar CAD, this is a very important level, because this is a reversal here. The price has gone up, has come down to the previous resistance, turn support, and we see that possible bullish move on dollar CAD. But I will be really happy to see dollar CAD has tested this one and then has gone up. So from that perspective, I will be looking for dollar CAD today only buying opportunity, because very unlikely that dollar CAD will be able to drop and to create a new lower low. So if I look at bigger picture, already we have looked at that, gave me the directional bias. So now going to the intraday, and then the next, now it comes to the strategy, because once I see the directional bias, the analysis, see what is the difference between an analysis and a strategy. An analysis is where you find the directional bias. What is a strategy? Strategy is a set of rules that will tell you to enter a trade. A strategy will not tell you either should you buy or should you sell. The buy and sell comes in place when it comes to the strategy. Analysis will tell you the directional bias. Okay, strategy will tell you when to enter. there are a couple of things. See, which way to trade, when to enter, and these are the very important points that one must look at when opening a trade. So analysis is giving me the direction that which way I'm gonna trade, and then you will find when to enter is from the strategy. And we saw that from this dollar CAD, you'll see that the market has come, broken this local support, has come to this important level, is creating a bullish pattern. But at the same time, if you closely look at the price, is still left a little bit of imbalance in that zone, which might be feeling later today or might not be feeling. So by any means, if dollar CAD managed to grab liquidity from the support, then I'll look for potential bullish trading opportunity on dollar CAD, which is a very, very important pair. So let's see what's saying. What's your thoughts about funded account? Yeah, that's a very good way to be an independent trader. I think that funded account is much it's a very good way to be a profitable trader. See why? Because you can trade your own fund or you can trade in a funded account. The goal here is to make a consistent gain, consistent income from your trading account, right? Because when you are trading on your own fund, you can gain consistent, you can make all the profit that you are making. You can trade on a funded account and you get paid, right? So here is the real point. Here is the skill set that you need to develop. There are two things that, let's say, if you are trading on a funded account, the strategy has to be very, very precise. There are some limitations in a funded account. Let's say you are trading on your own account, then you don't have that limitation. So there is always pros and cons in both sides. Let's say if you have your own account, you can use a high leverage for trading. Probably you can do a lot of things that you may not be able to do in a funded account. But at the same time, in a funded account is teaching you how to stay disciplined, because in a funded account you have certain criteria that you need to meet. That is one way will help you to, because discipline is a habit. Okay, everything is a habit, anything. That's why when, let's say, you don't do the risk management, we might think that okay, this is only one trade that I'm not doing the risk management, but if I next one I'll do the risk management, but you see the next one also you might be doing the same thing. That's the normal, that's happened to me also. So this is why when you trade on a funded account, you rewire your brain to stay disciplined, that even when you, let's say, you're side by side trading on a funded account and also trading in your own capital, you will see that it will reflect in your own account to stay disciplined. So both are very advantageous, and I think that one can trade both in funded account as well as in your own capital. Nothing wrong with trading on a funded account and nothing wrong trading in your own account. It depends on personal circumstance. What I focus in mostly in learning, regardless of trading capital. I think that even I encourage you to trade on a demo account for at least 1 year. Okay, then you learn trading properly, because take it as a degree, take it as a big goal to achieve. Because from day one, if you start your own capital with a live account, that will really give you a very bad experience in the beginning, and then probably you'll quit. That's what happened to me. Okay, I went to the mentors who gave me the wrong decision, wrong idea, that okay, in the beginning you start with this much amount. That told me, I did that and I lost in overnight. but I don't say the same thing, because I say that either trade on a very smaller account or trade on a demo account. But instead, if you need to invest little, invest on your education, because it's fair. You need some kind of guidance to show you the road, right? No one in this world, since we born, can do anything by ourselves. We need some kind of guidance, and I think that that's the best way. Instead of losing money, instead trade on a demo account or in a very smaller account. Think bigger picture, because let's say you had $100 account and you are consistently trading on that $100 account for 1 year, 2 year, and then you can join a funded account. Okay, you can, once you learn, you know that in a $100 account, the way you open the trade, in a funded account you'll open the trade same way, and from day one you get paid for your work, and then you are done, right? This is the simplest way to gain a good base as a trader, okay, so that you don't quit. Thank you very much. So let's look at now what else we have, guys. In the meantime, don't hesitate to join the free Telegram channel, link in the description area. Let me see what else we have here. Okay, so we see that if we look at most of the pairs, I think we have looked at. Let me look at all of them quickly. GBP AUD, what just trying to do. Okay, you see the euro dollar now moving to the upside. If euro dollar manage to go up to test the 20 EMA, I think that we might see that potential, especially if euro dollar manage to break the daily high, we might see selling opportunity on euro dollar when the price in a pullback on the higher time frame. In the lower time frame, the trading is very important to look for a very important area of value. I think euro dollar today, we might see that if it manage to break this high, test this 20 EMA, we could see that the price might coming towards the downside. Let's see, guys. In the meantime, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. This weekend I will be releasing some of the important content that you can have a look. So let's look at gold last moment, what it is trying to do. And this is the 4-hour candle. We saw that almost came to a 2002 level, exactly where we expected. Let me see what it is doing now. We saw that the price, let me see on the 4-hour. Okay, so you see that from the 1 hour, Okay, what do you see? Okay, so you can see this is the lower time frame gold. After coming to this 2002 level, okay, so you know it has a bounce to the upside now. It will really important to look at what it might do. It's below the daily 20 EMA. Now for me, let me tell you what I would do. My plan is on gold. You can see if you look at the low of the daily candle, you see that the price, this is the daily low, okay, and if the price managed to break this, because it's maintaining a higher low, right? If today the price managed to break the daily low, we could find potential bullish opportunity on gold. On the other hand, if gold bounce to go to this resistance level, looking for potential selling opportunity. These are two very important level that I will be looking at later today for potential trading opportunity. And this 4-hour candle, if it reach to that zone, also we might see potential selling opportunity. So if during the lifetime of this candle manage to reach that zone, then we look for selling for this move again towards the downside. If it come to the daily support and on the lower time frame giving reversal, looking for buying. This is the resistance during the lifetime of this candle, or later if we see the prices reaching that resistance on the daily, we'll look for selling. These are the zone that I will be looking for potential trading opportunity on the 5 minutes time frame. And as you know that we our gold trade is very well. So if you want to trade also gold and all the instrument, you can join us, link in the description area. And due to the time constraint, I'm going to end this session now. Thank you very much for being here, and I will come on live again, guys, in New York and London session time. I'll try to find a trade in this live session that we do more often in the live trade, as well as along with the VIP trades. Thank you very much, and thanks for being here. I'll see you again just a couple of hours later in the New York and London session live. And thanks for being here. Talk